I hope you are all ready to learn, indulge into a new lesson, and enjoy our new lessons for today. But before anything else, may I ask everyone if you have any concerns before we start? If there's none, then let's proceed. Okay, our lessons for today is all about the Great Race. Prior to it, I have asked everyone here in class last week to read this story and analyze it for you to be prepared with our discussion today. So then I'll be hoping to have a fruitful discussion. Okay, before we start our proper lesson, I have prepared here a short icebreaker activity that has a connection with the lesson. It is called Unlocking the Puzzle. Okay, the instruction here was the student will guess what specific word fits the theme of the photo presented and share their insight on it. The student who first answered will receive an additional point in the later's activity. Okay, let's look with first set of picks. Okay, everyone who wants to answer, everyone seems eager to answer and have an additional points. Then let me hear your answer, Mr. De La Cruz. Okay, very good. It is race. Okay, let's move forward to the second set of picks. I want to hear Miss Clarice guess. Okay, very good. It's China. Since we are already done with our little icebreaker activity, let's move forward to our main discussion. We will discuss today the Great Race, the origin of the zodiac sign. For everyone's knowledge, the Chinese zodiac is a cycle of 12 years where each year is represented by one of 12 animals. There exists a story in Chinese mythology of great race that decided which animals made it to the zodiac and what order. So let's go and reveal who managed to have place and made it to the zodiac. Okay, we have here the rat claiming the first place. The story here is that the rat and the cat conclude a plan to cross the river in the most easiest way. So they think that it's best for them to use the ox, but the cat didn't make it at last and the rat succeeded claiming the first place. What character traits did the cat and rat exhibit in the story? Okay, guys, correct. They show you as their traits of being witty, smart, resourceful, and strategic. In life, we must be resourceful and not rely on what we used to do. In a situation where you think there is no solution or things that could mend those situations, but as a resourceful person, you must think out of the box, meaning you explore and connect those ideas and build something out of nothing. Okay, let's proceed. Oh, the ox. Come still composed despite being used and take the second place in the zodiac. What is your stance on the ox and his reaction to the rat's usage of him? Okay, class. Very good. You do admire the ox response. He didn't drastically manage the situation. He didn't drastically manage the situation, just like the ox. We shall not bear any grudges against someone who gives us sufferings and problems. If the mistakes he commits are really that big and you want to confront them, you must be a reasonable person. Water splashed forth from the river, and here comes the tiger head bursting from beneath the water, and they're claiming the third place in the race. What characteristic did the tiger exhibit that earned him third place? Very good. The tiger indeed show us his characteristics of being strong, courageous, competitive, and talented. Do you possess this kind of characteristics? Very good. Of course, we shall possess this. Do you know why, class? In everything we do in life, we must be strong, courageous, competitive, and confident. If we do something, we must put our best effort to attain best version of it. For us to do something, we must be confident that we can do it. Despite the rabbit's small stature, he had good pace, leaping from one rock to another so he could quickly cross the river, claiming the fourth place on the zodiac. Strategic, determined, and compassionate. That's the rabbit show us. Just like the trait of the rabbit, we must be strategic, determined, and compassionate in everything we do to be able to achieve our goals. Okay, class, have to understand? Over the finish line, the dragon soared swiftly, moving in a majestic aerial stride, claiming the fifth place in the zodiac. The Jade Emperor stood awaiting the great creature. Why has dragon not come in the first place? He wondered. And the dragon explained that along the way he saw a village in fire, so he helped them first before proceeding, despite knowing his place on the race is on the line. What character traits the dragon exhibit? Okay, class? Very good. The dragon show us the characteristics of being altruistic. Okay, look, class, we must bear in mind that in obtaining your goal, being focused is fine. But we must not forget our humanity while we're in this zone, just like the dragon in the story. Even though he has all the advantage to be first to arrive, yet he still chooses to help people, a truly selfless act of all creatures. The horse is almost crossing the line, but something slithered. That shook him and caused a halt. Did the snake rather claim his supposed place in being the sixth placer in the race? So the sixth placer is a snake. Is the snake's strategy of pulling such trick to win the race acceptable? Though the snake uh, uses a strategy in some point, it has a negative outcome, which is he make the horse in some way doubt himself. So partly I think it is quite not good in some way, right, Gus? Okay, the horse lowered her long face, a thing of shame, lingering in her dark beady eyes as she stepped slowly across the finish line, claiming the seventh place in the zodiac. What emotion would you experience if you were the horse in the story? Correct, of course, sadness and shame. Will you act impulsively and avenge the snake, or will you think and determine a more appropriate approach to the situation? Very good again. High class. I think the best thing to do is to take it with a rational mind like the ox in the first start of the story. We can tack it out without jumping to a reckless decision. Okay. Together, the three of them work furiously and unlikely that gives them the opportunity to be part of the zodiac. Okay, that's the rooster, monkey, and the sheep. When the rooster, monkey, and the sheep reached the river shore, they let the sheep cross the shore, claiming the eighth place, and the monkey claiming the ninth, and then the rooster. We must always be generous to others, and surely there will be rewards in exchange of our generosity. But we must remember, as you help others, you must not expect an exchange for your kindness, for your help. You help because you will receive not in return, but rather you help because it is what you want. It's not for social approval, but it's, it's just you want to help people. They encompasses the unity that allow them the opportunity of goodness. Okay, crossing with the dog scrambled along the finish line, claiming the 11th place in Zodiac. Can someone define the traits what did the dog exhibit in the race? Very good, class. He is strong-willed, resolute. Very good he is indeed. Over the horizon, a loud, exhausted oink sounded, and here comes the pig, claiming the 12th place. Everyone, do you believe the reason of the pig is reasonable? Okay, of course no. It was indeed improper. Why do you think so, class? Right, because this kind of act is act of laziness and carelessness. If you have traits similar to the pig, I hope so not. I think it's time for you to reflect within yourself and change. If you want a successful and happy life, well, there is no room for such laziness and carelessness with this goal. In a society where everyone is pretty demanding, they will eat you alive, so you must change and be a better person who can fight and keep up with those tigers in the society. The 12 animals of the zodiac had been decided, and so concluded the great race. Get the story of the great race. How was it? Is it good? Of course, it was indeed worthy of your time. Aside from learning the zodiac signs, we also learn a plenty moral values that we can use in our life and apply. So since we are done with our lessons and if you have further clarification, I'll give you. If not, I'll give you your activity. So please just visit your Google Classroom and accomplish it. If there's anything else, okay, if you don't have any further clarification, okay, that's our lessons for today. And I hope you enjoy and learn something. And don't forget what you have learned in today's session. Okay, that's all, class. Class dismissed. Thank you all for your time and for listening.